Hello everyone, so today I decided to film this look for you. It's sort of an everyday smoky eye. I wasn't sure, I kind of winged the eye look to be honest, as I wasn't sure what kind of look I wanted to do. But if you want to see how I did it, just watch this video. Yesterday I went into Clinique and I picked up I got a sample of the Beyond Perfecting foundation. I'm not 100% sure if the colour is right for me, only because the actual woman on Clinique wasn't in. But I tried it out this morning and it does seem to match me pretty well. It's not the lightest shade, it's 1 I think, and there's a 0.5 before that. And I thought I would either be 1 or 0.5, but I think 1 is probably the better colour as it's not too pink, whereas I think 0.5 was more pinky toned. I am sick as well, by the way. I've got a really bad cold. I was off work on Friday, as everyone I seem to be working with has a virus of some sorts at the moment, and it's just been spreading around like crazy. So I was off Friday, which was why I started to get sick about Tuesday evening maybe. So I didn't want to film last week as my voice was a lot worse than what it sounds like now. I am going to apologise now for the sniffing, because I will be sniffing a lot, because no matter how much I blow my nose, it dries the skin out around my nose and also doesn't stop me sniffing. Now, as you can see, that's much more of a better coverage than any foundation. I've got a few spots come up here. Much more coverage than any of the foundations I've normally tried that have been full coverage, but they've then felt horrible on my skin, like the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. That one just smells like paint, and yeah, I didn't particularly like it. But this one doesn't feel like I've got anything on my skin, it feels really nice. So I'm hoping it's going to be my new concealer, foundation, because it's got concealer built into it. I am going in though with this, as always, to cover up the dark circles, although I'm not highlighting with it today. As I was tidying my room up the other day and I came across my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Chantilly, which I'm going to use to properly highlight in a minute. So even though it looks like I'm going to highlight now, I'm just covering up my dark circles. This is still such my favourite concealer, as it does cover all my dark circles, although I don't need a lot more product under my eyes now, as the foundation is pretty good at covering everything. I am going out tonight, which is why I know it's only 3 o'clock, nearly 3:30 I think. I'm doing my makeup now and I'm going out clubbing tonight, but I wanted to test this foundation and see how long it lasts, and see if it lasts through the night as well, which is why I've used it. So here it is. I've got the shade Chantilly, which is the lightest shade they do. Oh, I broke my fingers as well if you don't follow me on my social media. I'm not going to go into the story because it's actually really embarrassing. I might leave the story in the description box. I have to be careful with this concealer I found, because when I first used it, I didn't dot all over the place. I found that it caked up quite a bit and just didn't look very nice. I think next time I'll go for the shade above this one though, when it runs out, because this is insanely pale on me, which isn't a bad thing, but you can tell that I can't use it on spots because you can tell where I've put the concealer. There you go, so you can see how, I'm really sorry, it's natural lighting. You can sort of see where I've highlighted and why I can't use it on spots. I wasn't sure if this was going to be a chatty video, which is why when I put my primers on, which was the Chanel Blanc primer, Blanc De Chanel, which is a multi-use illuminating base. So I use that as well as my Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow. You can see that I've highlighted. Going in with my MUA Skin Define Hydro Powder. This one's just one I picked up just because I was out one day, desperately needed powder, and it was the cheapest one there was. I'm just setting the whole of my face with the powder, even over my contour areas, and then I'll be going in with contour powder to bring out the contour more. So I'm going in with my NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. I'm going to be using this shade here. My sister did, however, still this packaging, hence that shade. It went missing for ages and I was like, I haven't seen it, I don't know where it's gone. And then one day I walked into her room and it was there, and she's like, yeah, you can use it, you can take it back, I haven't used it in ages. I think the eye look I'm going to do is going to be a smoky eye, a soft smoky eye. I'm not 100% sure. I will be using my I Heart Makeup Death by Chocolate palette as well as the custom MAC one that I made, because I don't know if I want shimmery lids or if I just want just a smoky eye, so I'm going to kind of wing it when it comes to my eyes. As always, I'm using my Nars blush in Deep Throat. It's such a subtle colour as well, it's not too intense and I can build it up if I wanted more. So I'm now filling my brows in with the NYX Eyebrow Gel in Brunette, and I'm just using my MAC 266 brush for this. I'm not an expert when it comes to filling in brows, I just go with the shape of my brow, and if it looks decent then that's fine. If it turns out a bit dodgy, I just keep working with it until I get the kind of brow I want, which does mean sometimes I end up with really thick brows. So this one's a very thin brow, whereas this one always, my left one always tends to come out quite thick. So I could be adjusting for some time. Hasn't come out too. This is another thing, this arch tends to come higher than this one as well, so I've got to now work on making them look the same. So now I think I'll do my eyes, and we'll wing this bit. So to prime my lids, I'm using the NYX Proof It waterproof eyeshadow primer, which is what I always use. Although I am running out, so I do need to get more. I can get some more tomorrow, because I keep forgetting. I've got a bloggers event tomorrow in Tunbridge Wells at Lush. If you've read my blog posts, you'll see that I've been to three other ones. I did one at the beginning of last year, a skincare one, and then their Christmas range. So this one's the Mother's Day range, and I will be filming it this time rather than writing a blog post, but if you've seen it before, so you can expect to see some exciting products and what's being released for Mother's Day tomorrow. But I need to remember to go, because I keep forgetting I'm going to. For some reason my mind is just going blank at the moment, and I was thinking to myself, there is something I need to do tomorrow, but I can't remember what it is. So I'm going in with this shade here, just as a transition shade. When I'm using dark colours, I tend to just, because it helps once I blend everything, it helps bring it all together. I've just got that as my transition shade. I'm going to go in with this shade here. If I have time in the morning, this is the sort of look that I go for. And as I am getting to work early tomorrow, I'll probably do this eye look for tomorrow after work. I'm just going to blend that to get rid of the harsh lines. And then I'll be using my pencil brush to darken up the crease, because I can control the amount of product and how dark it goes then. So I'm just going in with this grey shade next to the one I used to darken it up, to just add more dimension to the eyes. And this will be the colour I'm sweeping across my lower lash line. There we go, so that's the colours I'm going with for the moment. just blend them together. So I think I'm going to go in with Naked Lunch, which is this shade here. If I remember correctly, they are Blanc type, All That Glitters, Soft Brown, and what's the one I just said I'm going to use? Naked Lunch, as this gives a highlight without being too shimmery. So it's just added a subtle colour to the lid without being OTT shimmer. I might do a cut crease look for you guys. As you'll be able to see the difference it makes when you add a colour to your lower lash line rather than when you don't. I always think there's a big difference. So as you can tell, this eye looks more put together than this one, which for a natural look I'm going to have to blend it out, but I find it ties the whole eye look together rather than just leaving it. Now it's up to you, you can use eyeliner, you can use shadow, you don't have to use anything at all. Oh, I just poked myself in the eye. Oh, don't do that, guys. That really hurt. See, I put myself through the pain of this thing, so you don't have to. Hopefully that's going to stop it now. So here's the mascara. As you can see, I don't really need false lashes for it. So as I found my Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in Pillow Talk the other day, that is the colour I'm going to be using. It's just a natural colour and I love it. So this is the finished look. Make sure you like and subscribe, and also let me know in the comments below what other kind of videos you'd like to see.